All right, y'all, I'm going to go to example 2. Hopefully I'll do it a little faster this time. I'm going to start by clearing everything up. Thank you. And I'm going to the next page. Example 2. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and use my math. I'm going to write in my black ink for now so I can basically hopefully color code this well enough. So isolate the radical, meaning get the radical by itself. So I'm going to move this 3 over. Y'all, that means adding 3 to both sides. I'm not going to write down. I'm just going to do it. God, I hate my life sometimes. Okay, I'll just do it. Adding 3 to both sides. All right. Square roots of 3x plus 7. I moved that 3 over. So those 3, that cancels out. And I have x plus 3. X plus 3. All right. Square both sides. Got it. When I square both sides, I'm going to go ahead and write that in red. Let's see if I can get that looking pretty. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to make this look legible. I get it. My handwriting is a crime against humanity, and I should feel bad about myself, and I do. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove that radical. So that 3x plus 7 emerges from the dust. Thank you so much, math. Now I got to have this whole x plus 3 business going on. I have x plus 3, x plus 3. Oh, does it want me to do... See, this is that weird thing where it's like, am I going to mess up this text? Expand parentheses. Oh, no, I'm good. Oh, yeah, I am messing it up. See, hold on. This is what it wants me to write down. So now it wants me to write this down. Blah. Got it. Square both sides. Okay, cool. Now on step D, what it wants me to do is expand parentheses. So that means write it like this. I made an error in the video. Sorry, y'all. A little disjointed. I don't need whatever. Yeah, you do. I wrote down 2 instead. So let me write this back. Sorry for that weird skip. I solved this whole thing wrong. A great video. Okay, now I accidentally wrote down x plus 2, x plus 2. So step D is expand parentheses. What do I have here? Just write it out twice. Now step E is FOIL. FOIL. I'm going to color code this so y'all can see it. I'm going to do the best I can color coding this. So here I go. This red one right here, x times x is x squared. Now I'm going to switch over to another color. Oops, that's too far down. X times 3x. X times 3 is 3x. Switch to another color. Let's do that one. I'm going to multiply this 3 times that x, so that gives me 3x. And then I'm going to multiply this 3 times this 3. So I will tell you multiple times in class today, if you're struggling with factoring, go check out the videos, because I do it here pretty well. Now I'm going to write this out. If you're struggling, pause and see if you can watch it. I know my handwriting's bad, but pause it and see if you can read through the chicken scratch how I got to every single one of these terms. Now on step F, it says combine like terms. X squared's by itself. 3x and 3x is 6x. 9 goes right there. Perfect. We're going to set equal to 0. Y'all, that means just move stuff over. So what does that look like? I'm going to subtract the 7. I'm going to subtract the 3x. And I'm going to do it from both sides. And I'm going to line it up where it's easy to read. So is this perfect math? No, but it's good enough. So write 0, because 3x minus 3x is nothing. 7 minus 7 is nothing. 0 equals x squared. And then 6 minus 3 is positive 3x. And then 9 minus 7 is positive 2. Now it wants me to factor this, y'all. Now it wants me to factor this. Now it wants me to factor this. So factor what? It wants to factor x squared plus 3x plus 2. And if you're wondering how I know that, check out step H. Hold on one second. All right, step H, I am going to factor it. Remember the steps for this. A, B, C, A times C. So A is 1, my B is 3, my C is 2, and my A times C is 2. What multiplies to AC and adds up to B? Well, 1 times 2 is all we got, y'all. So 1 times 2, does it multiply to 2? Yep. And does 1 plus 2 equal 3? Yep. Looks like we're doing it right. So I'm going to go ahead and write out my factors. I have x plus 1, and I have x plus 2. And how do I know it's plus? Because these numbers are positive. You just keep the numbers right there. So when I'm done factoring, it'll look like this. It'll look like x plus 1, and it'll look like x plus 2. Zero product property. Y'all, I'm not going to make you do this. Do not worry about this. This just means you can set if it's if an equation is equal to 0 and you have multiple sets of parentheses, then you can set each set of parentheses to 0 and solve, which we already know about. It's complicated, but not really. So what you do is you set each little thing equal to 0 and you solve. So I end up with x equals -1, and then I'll end up with x equals -2. So x plus 1 equals 0, solve for it. X plus 2 equals 0, solve for it. And you end up with x equals -1 and x equals -2. And now you got to plug in all of it. So if x equals -1, or if x equals -2, we have to check for this now. So square root of 3 times -1 plus 7, it's weird, minus 3, does it equal, Mr., what's our x? Right there, y'all, our x is -1. And remember, we're using the original equation. You have to go back to the original equation. You can't go to the second step. You got to use the original equation. So -1 times 3 is -3. -3 plus 7. Sorry for the handwriting, y'all. I'm trying on this. It's just so hard. Minus 3 equals -1. -3 plus 7 is 4. Square root of 4 minus 3 is equal to -1. Square root of 4 is 2 minus 3 equal to -1. We're almost there. 2 minus 3 is -1. Does -1 equal -1? Yes, it sure do. This is a good solution. This is a solution. Hooray for us. Now let's plug in -2. I'm not going to spend as much time doing it. 3 times -2. I'm going to plug it in here. You see it? 3 times -2. Yeah, we'll just plug in the first step. Some of y'all don't listen with headphones. 3 plus -2 minus 3. And then I'm plugging my x over here as well, too. 3 times -2 is -6. Plus 7 is 1. So I'm going to have the square root of 1 minus 3 equals -2. Square root of 1 is 1 minus 3 equaling to -2. 1 minus 3 is -2 equal to -2. Is that true? It is. So this is a solution. Ta-da! I know that looks like chicken scratch, but if you have any issues with it, replay it and try your best.